feel like saying action. Hi, I'm Laura Pereira Malone, an independent Stampin' Up! Representative. I'm sorry if everything's moving. I just wanted to double check. I should be fully in the camera. And today what I'm bringing to you is my favorite little guy. This is a backpack that I use for gift giving all the time, and I need a couple more. And what's nice is even the outside pocket is usable. I usually stick, if it's clothing, like a baby outfit, I'll stick the baby outfit in here, and I'll put the receipt in here in case they have to exchange it. And it really makes a nice gift. It also makes great party favors as well. You know, you can fit colognes. There's a lot you can fit in it because it's 8 inches by 3 inches wide and 4.5 across. So it's a good piece. So I'm going to get right to it. So with this one here, I kind of did a lot of pre-stuff so that way I would have enough time. I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, okay? And the first thing I did was turn it on the 11-inch side and scored it 3 inches, which is the bottom. So that 3-inch scores there. And then I turned it back and I cut it at 4.5. So this is my back of front panel because you need 2 at this. So you're going to do 2 pieces of cardstock at this piece. Then this one here is what's left over, and it's actually 4 inches, which is perfect. Because what I do now is score it at a 1/2 inch and another 1/2 inch all the way down. I've actually trimmed this already. And then I scored it 2 inches down to 5 inches. And then I put my tear and tape on both of the edges, okay? And I angled cut it up, and I angled cut this area here because that's going to go and be actually the outside pocket and the base. So this is a very strong thing. You can put colognes in it as well. Like I've said in many of my videos, I'm actually an Avon lady, so I use these as goodie bags for my customers as well. And what you also need is 2 straps, which are 11 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And then you need one that is 6 inches by a 1/2 inch. And I was in the middle and I had to stop videotaping and I don't know how to trim and cut. So what I did was I took my Stampin' Sale and I ran it across. And I'm actually going to move this over possibly, maybe not. There we go. And I put my loop, and what I did to break down the fibers, I just actually very gently in my hand run it this way and that way just to break down the fibers so that it'll curl. Okay, so this is going to be the back. Of course, this one little piece wants more tail. There we go. And I'm just looping that over. Okay. All right. So now to cover that up, I have a flap here. This is going to be the flap for the whole backpack. And this is measured at, let's see, let me double check. Yep. 4 inches by 4.5, and I scored it 1 and then 1.5. The 1 inch is what's going to get attached to here, okay? And I actually angled that as well. The Designer Series paper is cut at, let me double check me, 2.25 by 4.25. I'll have all these measurements so you really don't need them. I tried doing this video yesterday, and unfortunately, I ran out of time. So today, I was like determined. I'm going to get this video out because I really think it's great for Mother's Day. Be it the kids can make it for their grandmother, or you can make it with your kids, or just because, you know. I have a lot of lady friends that, you know, they don't get out much. I'm actually going to use some Stampin' Sale. And I'm actually going to put it only on that piece there. And so that I only get it there, I'm going to run the tape here. Okay. You can use glue or your own favorite. No, it don't want to work again. I think I ran out. I'm going to just use my tear and tape. You know, whenever you're videotaping, it's a... Look at the drawer if you get it all underneath where it's supposed to be. Hopefully I'm in camera and I'm getting this done. Oh my goodness, it doesn't want to, oh, there's the Scotch tape I was looking for earlier. And yeah, so this makes a great gift. And, you know, it's really an eye popper if you're doing a craft fair. I've actually sold quite a few at a craft fair. I do them for Christmas as well, and I'll put Christmas paper on it. The paper I'm using today is again from Flowers for every season, and it's on our clearance, and it's still there. I checked yesterday. What I want to do is bring this score line right to the edge of this paper, okay, and press really hard. It is going to be a little bumpy, but it's okay. As long as you get good tear and tape or glue, just hold it down and then flip it over, okay? And even though there's a little tape there, don't worry about it. Now that's going to be my back. So I want to remember that that's actually going to go inside, because I want the outside edge, which is this front, to be in the front so I have a smooth piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this one here, and what I'm going to do is take my sticky strip off. I'm going to really give it a good hard cross there and bring it right on this fold, because it's folded a half an inch, and I'm going to pull this up and take those off. My trash is on the other side, so now I get all these little pieces. And you know what's funny? I have two cats. One you'll hear meowing all the time. The other one, she's sleeping. She's my night lady. And I have to laugh. This little bugger, she'll go through the bag and steal these out, you know, out of my trash. She's a little bugger when it comes to it. Now you'll notice this piece here is scored. It's what's left over, and this was actually 4 by the 11, and I scored it at the 3 inches down below, and it has a 2-inch score that goes down 5 inches. That's going to give it way for it to just enable its way into being, let's see, I want to pull this underneath my flip, and this was what I got caught up in yesterday. This was a little tricky, and what I want to do is just take it and flip it over and hold it in place. Of course, I don't even have a glue dot handy, which would be handy right now. Is this a real glue dot? Yep, it is. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots just to hold it in place while I get the sticky strip down on it. And then I can, actually I really should stick sticky strip on this, a glue. Let me stick a little glue. And I'm doing about 1 inch. And I'm going to put it on an angle about halfway, okay, and that's going to go there. And what I'm going to do now is poke that through, take one corner and match it right up in the middle with the score line. Hopefully I'm still in camera, and I'm actually going to put this right on like this, because you want this all inside itself. And I'm lining it up right at the score line at the top. I haven't folded over the other side, so it's not getting stuck down. And this is going to go right to the edge. Boy, it's hard working under these little areas here on such a big project. My next project's actually going to be fun, too. Okay, so I got that one in there. It's well attached. It's not going anywhere. So now what I want to do on this side, okay, I'm leaving. I should have probably left that on there. I'm going to kind of marry up where it is by looking at that and knowing how much glue I put on it. Okay, so again, about 1 inch of glue. Pull it in, angle it just like that one, kind of across from itself. If it's a little off, it isn't going to make a whole deal. Okay, so now I got that in there, and I'm going to take my other one, which just went where? Oh, here it is. That don't have any glue on it yet. Oh, no, it does. Okay, I thought for sure I forgot that part. And I'm going to angle this just a tad more, because it makes it easier getting to the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to take only the glue off on one side, which will be this side here, so I can do it. And then I'm going to show you how to do the front. Again, I'm looking for my trash. All right, and this might be a little tricky. I should have scored these down first. And okay, and what I'm going to do is put this right at the edge. I know there's quite a few backpacks out there, but you know, I actually saw this backpack from Mixed Up Paper Crafts. I don't remember how she made hers. Hers was huge, and she uses a lot of 12 by 12 sheets, which we don't have. Well, we have some, but you know, I don't use it that often, and a lot of people don't have it. And if they go to say even Walmart, they're not going to get a very, oh, don't you stick yet. Get right up in that corner. You want to get it up as tight as you can to there and there, and then press down on it. And then when it's all done, you can open it up and push down on it and get it good varnish on it, as they say. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to put this aside for a second, and I'm going to take the front panel because I think this is the easiest way to do the front panel. Now I want to take a pocket and put a pocket on the front. And what I want to do is actually, because excuse me, I don't know where that fuzz came from. I'm going to figure it out. I want about, let's see, here's my 4-inch folds. I got too many funny things under here. I've been making kits for church and everything else. I'm always up to no good. All right, so I'm going to take this, fold it on the 4-inch so I know that's the bottom. And I want to bring this up about, an 1.5 inches, I think, and about a 1/2 inch in from the side. Now what I did was I cut this piece here at, let me go through this again, 4 inches, and then I only scored these at 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch, and I put my sticky strip already on it to hold it down. So that it makes it easier to do. Okay, I'm going to take another piece of sticky strip. I'm going to take the bottom one off first. Okay, and I'm actually going to take another piece of sticky strip because that's the 1/2 inch, and I'm going to double it. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere, and you can put, say, a 3x3 card in here if you wanted to, and use the pocket as kind of an envelope. But I find putting a tag on the bag makes it more, more realistic. So I'm going to bring this up to about 1.5 inches from the bottom and a 1/2 inch in. And I forgot to take the sides off. This is what you do when you're trying to like beat the clock. You mess up a little bit. And you're still new. So this, I think, is my video number 4. And I think I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you'll like it and come back for more, as they say. And again, I'm going to bring this up. I'm using my thing, and so there's about 1.5 inches up from the bottom, about a 1/2 inch in from the sides, trying to keep it straight, which isn't always easy for me. Making sure that these ends get underneath. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece here, and this little flap is, I better just give you the measurements, it's easier. It's, whoa, what is that in? That was cute. Okay, let me get to a number I can read. 1/3. It's 3/4 of an inch, and scored it a 1/2 inch, and then maybe it's under this piece I wrote all that note. Nope, I didn't. But in any case, I'll give you all the measurements. I scored it and had a 1/2 inch, and then I put my my sticky tape, which I can't even get off. My husband, I'm using his iPad because I'm having trouble with my iPad to do these videos. He's telling me I have no memory. And then I angled cut it again. And what I'm going to do is gently slide this underneath and leave a little bit of a gap. You want a little wiggle room. And then it's going to go right on there. Okay. So now you're going to be able to use that. I'm going to put a Velcro on there. I have one right handy. And I need a hook and loop and the other one. Let's see. So I heard from somebody that you're supposed to put the fuzzy on top and the loop. I don't know, I know the lot of this, but so you need 1 and 1. And what I'm going to do is put the part with the fuzzy up here and just bring it down. And that's it. That's done there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to stick it together. Now, that leads me to also say that where I want this to be the back part, I want to take a trim off just on the back piece, just so it's a little bit narrower than 3 inches, like a 1/16 of an inch you want to take off. I should have done that in the beginning. I should have said it. Forgot. Sorry about that. And a 1/16 of an inch. And that'll actually go right into the front of this easier. I am going to use, whoopie daisy, I am going to attach it. And what I want to do is make sure, might as well use sticky strips since that's what's working today. I'm going to take this and make sure I get right to the edge. my sticky strip. And right here, I don't think I need a ton of it because I'm actually going to throw a little glue on this as well. Because this is going to be very secure. You're almost got like 4 layers of cardstock here. Believe it or not, I had my heat on today. Massachusetts up here in Boston has been the craziest weather. We go from one day being 70s, next day is down in the 40s, and the next day back up to 60. It's like crazy. And now we got rain by the gallons yesterday, which was really nice, except you couldn't do any crafting that you wanted a video because it was just too noisy. So what I'm going to do now is take this and match it right up to this score line, because that's going to be the part that's going to connect and go to the front. I do have one. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of water. Forgive me for that. Now I get my bottom hung started. So what I'm going to do also is marry up oh, it doesn't want to stop today. It's all allergies, I promise. Grabbing a piece of gum. And what I'm going to do is pull this piece up, get this corner right there even it right to the edge, push it in, make sure it's right to the edge, and bring it up. Now, I thought that was the quickest and easiest way. Now, I forgot one part. I'm going to still stick this in, even though I should have stuck it in before. Leave it to me. This is what happens when you're coughing. Oh, you gonna let me in there? Wait, get in there. It still has wiggle room, so I can get in there. Should have put that part in first. Sorry, people. But do or die. This video is getting finished right now before I run out of time. And I'm getting it in there, and I'm gonna actually just give it a little tug and force it. And it may not lay perfect, but it will on the other side. Let me get it. There we go. Now you're getting in there. Get in there. It's just a little tough. Doesn't want to listen. Okay. And this is what I'm doing. I'm getting it right in there. And the corners are all matching up. Okay. Perfect. And sometimes it does, for some reason, have a little extra. I probably should have trimmed that down. And I'm going to do it right now. Easy peasy. Trim it a little bit. Okay, so that's in there. Now I'm going to stick this one in before I forget. Now when I'm done, I can actually drop glue in there and actually make it a little firmer. I'm going to take the 2 pieces off. I had to use 2 because I ran out of the other one. You know, I said it yesterday in my last video. Keep running out of supplies. And last night I had a class, and I'm like, okay, guys, now you're really gonna laugh. And they were laughing during our class and having a grand old time. You know, I love, you know, teaching. And we played bingo, and we did something different for a change. We played 4 corners, which was funny because every so often I would still call an eye out while we were playing bingo. And that is it. It's all put together. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put my fingers where the creases are. And it's going to fold like that. And I'm going to put another Velcro dot. Okay. Yeah, it looks great. It actually went together. Let me grab another Velcro. And I'll put all the information and the measurements on this. But remember to do the inside, the outside side flaps in before. So they fit a little better than I did. I still got to work on that corner, but that's okay. I'll get it. But it really, really is adorable. And I think it's fun to make. It could be party favors even. Again, I'm putting the hook and loop down. I'm going to put this right here and then put it down. So it closes up and looks like that. You can round your corners a little more, but it makes an adorable backpack. And what's great about it is you can make them up ahead of time and have it all cut and half put together and have it ready. So that's my backpack. Isn't that gorgeous? This is going to one of my girls that won last night, unbeknownst to her. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. So please hit subscribe. Look down below for all the directions and everything written out clearly. And have a wonderful day. Bye.